Hello and welcome to tonight's Wednesday Night Playtime. Now, I'm not here, but I am. But I'm not. You know what I mean. We're off on our jolly bobs. So what I've done is I have created a little something I'm going to show you because I'm really proud of this. Check this out. Oh, hang on. Pop it that way. There you go. Check this out. This is what we're going to make tonight. I've taken an old tin and basically decorated it. So if you want to find out how this is made, just carry on watching.
So confession time, I forgot to record the first part of this video, so we'll pick it up from here. Basically, I've taken an old tin that just needed upcycling, wasn't quite my cup of tea before, and we're going to cover it with a load of paper. So I've taken some pattern paper, tore it up into little strips, and then we're going to add those to our tin. I'm just using some cosmic shimmer glue here, and I'm just going to start going and cover this whole tin on the outside, not the inside, because we'll do something different with that. Just slopping the paint on and then adding a piece of paper to it over the top. Now, I would probably suggest you use a thinner paper than I have. The paper I've used is really quite thick, and if I'd have thought about it, I'd have probably gone through my stash and found a slightly thinner piece. But hey, we all live and learn. So those are all dry now. You can see that they turned out quite well. We now need to create a white piece of paper that we can decorate to go inside. So we just need to trim these down. So next up we need to add some colour. So I'm just using my Distress Oxides. I'm trying to keep my pieces of card together, so you're going to have the top to go in the top of the tin and the bottom to go in the bottom of the tin. I'm just using the three colours and just covering the whole of these pieces of card. You'll notice I've used quite subtle colours because I don't want it to take away from the images we're going to stamp on in a minute. So next up, we've got our lovely background colours, yeah, but I want to make it a little bit more exciting. So I have taken our word art background stamp, and I'm just going to start stamping this all over again, using our palest two colours, so our yellow and our pink. So I wasn't quite happy with this background, it just needed something more. So I'm going to grab my lots of stars and we're going to use the blue and just add it on there a few more times just to break up the background. And you can see instantly, can't you, the difference that makes. So we're just going to pop that there. We're then going to grab some water and a paintbrush because I want to drag the colour in. That didn't quite work, so I've just added a little bit of my ink to the table and I've coloured it in from there. So I've also dried that with my heat gun. Now we need to start adding our images. So I've taken the Have Faith flower. I'm going to stamp it in grey first because I want one in the background and one in the foreground. So we're going to pop that one on. And then I want to line it up on this bottom piece to get the base of the flower. I could have stamped this one all in one, but you know, I wanted to make life a bit more difficult. So that's my grey level. I'm now going to stamp it again in black, but I want to extend the stalk this time. So I'm going to stamp the head of the flower head even. And then on the bottom piece, I'm just going to extend the stalk. So I'm going to line it up so I know where to put the stalk because we don't want it all, you know, wiggly woggly. So I'm just going to pop that on there and then move it up so I don't get any of the flower. There you go, we've got two flowers on there now. You can see I've messed up a little bit on the leaf, but that doesn't matter because we can stamp an extra one when we come to decoupage it. So I'm going to stamp another flower head here, which will go on top, and then I need to stamp some leaves as well. And I need to do an extra one just to hide that bit that's gone a little bit wrong. And then the final thing I want to stamp on here is a little kitty cat, because we're going to have a little cat sat right underneath our flowers. And I just need to dry those off with my heat gun. I've decided our little kitty needs to sit in some foliage, so I'm just going to stamp two of these little ones and get them all dried using a heat gun. The reason I'm doing this is I don't want my colours to bleed because I'm going to use oxides and my pens. I'm going to use the oxides in the background, so those lovely flowers are going to be painted using our oxides. And then the little kitty cat and the foliage I want to really pop out, so they're going to be done in our pens. they're all coloured in now, so all I need to do is get cutting out. I am leaving a little border around each of these items just to make sure it pops out from the background. And don't forget, wherever there's a dot or a dash, you need to get out your gel pen and just add a little bit to it. We'll also add some glossy accents right at the end. This is the fiddly bit now. We need to get all our pieces of card stuck into our tins. So what I'm going to do is just keep trimming them down a little bit and then adding them to my tin. Before I put the background paper into my tin and stick it permanently, we just need to secure the tin lid to the base. So I'm just going to pop it back over its metal catches and just secure them down. Then I'm going to grab my glossy accents and just stick these lovely background papers into our tin. To tidy up the inside of my tin, I'm going to use this lovely lace and go all the way around. Now I have really speeded this up because it was super tricky. So I've got lace for the bottom bit and I've got that beautiful brown and cream ribbon to go around the top. And all I've done is used a bit of cosmic shimmer just to stick it onto the edge and just to hide the bits where, well, it wasn't quite as neat as I'd like. So I'm just going to go all the way around the edges and make it nice and secure with our cosmic shimmer. Now for the fun bit, we get to stick all our decoupage bits on. Just be careful when you're trimming them down that you don't over cut them. I'm not going to say I did it, but maybe I did. So I'm just adding my leaves, I'm going to add my flower head, and then we're going to put on our little putty cat and his foliage. The final thing to do is to add that glossy accent to all our little dots on our flowers and in the background as well. And and I am really chuffed with how this has turned out. I've got to admit, at times didn't think it was going to work, but it did, and I am really pleased.